We got a bowler in town, buddy. How you feeling, brother?
Brother Spike. Listen, haven't come up with the proper nickname for these two, but man, that backcourt from last night.
Come on.
It's going to be a problem. Jackie Baseball, team's in danger of moving to third place in this city. I'm just saying, better get it together over there. Holla at your boy.
Well aware. I understand. I'm also excited, and it's got to hurt both of you to admit that I was dead right yesterday. Come on, man. It beats cooked.
Dead right. Oh, no. That is not what we're talking
Stick a
about.
fork in him.
That is not what we're talking about. This is going to be an uplifting show
right.
today. This is going to be an uplifting show. I can't wait till we trade Bryce Harper. A big show today. Wow. Coming up at 3 o'clock, Elliot Shore-Parks joins us to talk about his take that VJ Edgecom is a role player.
Idiot.
And Ace Bailey is a star.
And gambling.
Yeah, Ace Bailey, 2 points last night. How about that, Elliot? 2 points in 20 minutes. And, we should let players gamble on their own teams. Okay, so Elliot joins us at 3. Mike Mayock joins us at 4 to talk about the Birds. But we have to start off talking about a star that was already here in Philadelphia in Tyrese Maxey and a new star in Philadelphia, and that is VJ Edgecom. I think we just have to talk about Edgecom first. I was optimistic about Edgecom. I was happy they drafted him. I think we were all happy. Seems like a good kid, hard worker, says all the right things, good athlete. I did not expect that last night. I just didn't expect that last night. I didn't expect from an offensive perspective that he would be as good and polished as he was. He was aggressive, I thought, but while being aggressive, he was calm, right? He played in the flow of the offense. He handled the ball better than I thought he was going to do. There were a bunch of times when it was just him and Quentin Grimes on the court, and I figured Quentin Grimes would be the primary ball handler, but it was VJ. And it was, the dunks were outrageous. That one alley-oop, I don't know how he got the ball in the hoop. And look, he's gonna have nights where he hits threes. He's gonna have nights where he misses them, but he hit them last night, and it was pretty. He's gonna be a problem defensively. He busted his ass the entire game. The kid plays hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. He and I know he missed those two final free throws. The two before it, he hit, and I was like, look at our guy going up there and calmly hitting free throws.
Kobe missed 2 jumpers, air balls, as a rookie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Now, that was in the playoffs.
My point is that
everybody misses.
Everybody misses shots, though. Is my point. Yes.
The kid just he blew me away, and it's not just scoring points. There was one where I think it was when in the first quarter when he pumped at the 3-point line, drove and hit Kelly Oubre at the elbow for a 3. Just a grown up adult NBA basketball play. Yeah. And you said he's back there with Maxey. Maxey did something last night that stars do, right? There were 2 points in the game where it looked like the game was going to, maybe get out of control. Yeah. And he hit 2 threes in the first half and kept it there. And in the second half, I think it was in the third quarter, he just said, I'm not letting us lose this game.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And I guess what I could say is, and Jack brought it up, I just don't. Joel Embiid will either get better and be fine or not, but at this point, you see what we have in the backcourt. Jared McCain wasn't even there.
Yep.
This is exciting either way. Either Joel will come and start looking like a version of Joel, or he won't, but it doesn't matter. To me, it would be nice if it does. We're cheering for him. Yeah. But I think the advantage of the Sixers this year was you go in and you say, whichever way this goes, those guys are going to be fun to watch. And that was good energy last night. That was a big win last night.
I agree. Let me work my way backwards on this
thing. Sorry. I said a lot.
No, you're good. I'll start with Joel Embiid. And the thing that I can appreciate from last night, and I hope it doesn't change until it's warranted to change. And it's less to do with Joel Embiid other than he's the subject matter. Had more to do with Nick Nurse.
Yes.
And how they resisted the urge of putting him back in the game.
Yep.
Right? They have him on minutes restriction. Well, I don't know what the exact minutes are. They know. But he clearly wasn't trying to force Joel Embiid back in that game last night because he saw what they were doing on the court. So I want to give Nick Nurse some credit for that, for having some restraint, and we need to keep that up. Make sure we keep that going. Now, let's move to the young guns. These listen. VJ Edgecom, I'm going to enjoy watching him play because here's the thing. When you can just throw caution to the wind and you don't necessarily have the burden of carrying the organization and the franchise and everything else, you can just go out there and play.
Yep.
And that's what's going to be fun about watching VJ Edgecom play, because he doesn't have the weight of the world on his shoulders. Most number 3 overall picks come in. They're the face of the franchise. They've been drafted to sort of save the franchise and that sort of thing. So it's more pressure on him to have to perform every night. And I'm not minimizing what he did. I'm actually looking at it in the positive view that he's going to get a chance to develop, make mistakes, but also show you what the potential that he has without having the burden of carrying the team.
Yep.
That's going to be fun to watch because he can play freely.
Yep.
And I think that's what you saw last night, an aggressive player that said, you know what, we're going to need another scorer out here tonight. I'm not going to wait until they call my number. I'm going to be aggressive tonight.
And the great thing
That's
about
a great
him,
trait.
The great thing about him is there are going to be nights where they don't, where Jared McCain's on and Tyrese Maxey's on, but he will do those other things, right? He will cut and he'll play defense and he'll rebound.
That's what I was going to bring up, because when those other guys do come back, then how the ball flows, where it sticks does matter.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll have the same opportunities as Paul George gets healthy, as Embiid gets healthier. Meaning, I don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to be as aggressive offensively as he was last night. I'm glad he took advantage of it. I tell you the thing I take away from last night's fight, and you touched on it. We may have to come to grips. This is Maxey's team.
Yep.
This is Maxey's team, and last night may be the first time that it looked like he embraced that role of it being, this is my team. I'm responsible for how this game finishes. I need to figure out a way to win this game late in the game, be aggressive, get buckets, distribute the ball, all those things. He seemingly has taken that upon himself. That's a good thing moving forward. That's a good thing moving forward because you don't know how often you're going to have the other big 2 guys there. So a lot of nights, Maxey has to be the veteran on the court.
The other thing I'd say about that is even when Joel Embiid is at his best, he's not an emotional leader. I think Maxey started taking that upon himself this offseason.
Yes.
And you could hear at media day that he is the one that's going to, this is what we're about, and we're about it every game. And that's important that you have that. Whether Joel Embiid is playing or not playing, somebody needs to be that person, and Joel Embiid's never been that person.
But he's such a big personality, meaning that his presence looms largely. Mm-hmm. He's Joel Embiid. He's won an MVP.
Yep.
Sometimes guys don't know, am I stepping on toes? So it honestly feels like maybe Embiid has given his blessing to Maxey to go ahead and do this thing. This is your team. You go ahead.
And down the stretch, when Embiid was on the bench, he was celebrating. He was excited. So
it was part of the post-game celebration.
Wasn't moping about any of it, So and
that's big.
It's huge.
That can't be overstated. How he handles this matters because he looms over the team.
Yep.
So I agree. Him being on board, celebrating, being happy for his teammates, that stuff matters, man. Good night last night. Good night.
Good night. 215-592-9494. What are you thinking about VJ Edgecom? And I'll just say, just don't let how Joel Embiid looked or didn't look overtake how you feel about everything else.
Nope.
He's going to be here, and he'll either figure it out or he won't. But those guys are here, and there's more coming.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say, because I haven't heard anybody say this before, Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, VJ Edgecom, all wonderful draft picks, all while Daryl Morey was here at the helm of the Philadelphia 76ers. And I think it is fair for us to criticize when players and executives do something bad. I was very critical of Dave Dombrowski up until this trade deadline, and they had a great trade deadline. You can criticize a lot of things that Daryl Morey's done. He has crushed the draft. He absolutely has. Tyrese Maxey was picked at 20. Jared McCain was picked at 16. Yeah. We just got the 3rd pick in a 2-player draft, everybody was telling us, right? Yep. And the number 1 player did not look very good last night, and I think Cooper Flagg will be fine. Ace Bailey, who we all argued about, scored 2 points in 20 minutes, and VJ Edgecom looks like a star. And look, there will be ups and downs, but Daryl Morey deserves credit As much as you don't want to give it to him, and I know we haven't won a title, and I know he gave Embiid the extension, but critical when it's deserved and credit where it's deserved, because that future of the franchise, that young core, is better than a lot of young cores in the NBA who are rebuilding. We're not even rebuilding, and we have a young core that's better than a lot of them in the NBA.
Yeah, I hope Jolly recognizes that.
I hope Jolly recognizes that too.
I hope when he subtweets the show today, it is about how positive he is about Daryl Morey and the job that he has done on this rebuild.
Well, I mean, it's not easy to read.
We are getting a subtweet at some
Oh,
point.
there's going to be how could you possibly like, I mean, come on.
The great Bob Myers, who's now head of sports for Harris Blitzer Entertainment, was not able to do the 2 timelines thing. It's not easy to get young players and rebuild while you have big money guys already there, and it looks like they have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
All right, 215-592-9494. Also, we do have a next question today, as we got a great debut last night, and that is VJ Edgecom. We are going to, you call with your sports point. You'll also tell us a great debut. Does not have to be sports. Could be movies, could be television, could be sports. Jack, do you have a great debut in there?
Come on, man. First hit in Major League Baseball happened to be a grand slam. Chase Utley. Come on, man.
That is a good
Come on,
debut.
man.
It's a good debut.
That's
Sprint
a
around
good
the
debut.
bases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Do you have one? Do you have
I do.
All right.
I do. I'm going with Tupac and Juice.
Oh, that was an
That was his
incredible
debut.
debut.
Yes.
That was his first movie? I guess it was.
And even though his I think Trapped, his song may have been out before Juice, I think that sort of brought everybody to Tupac's music.
Oh.
The movie Juice did.
I did not. I guess it was his first movie.
Yep.
I'm going. The very first Guns N' Roses album is Appetite for Destruction. It is still, I think, the best rock album I've ever heard. There's not a miss on the album. I've listened to it a bazillion times.
That was their first album?
That was their first album.
Wow.
Like for the first song in your first album to be Welcome to the Jungle, and here we are 40 years later, and it still, feels the same when you hear the opening notes of that song, Appetite for Destruction. So, all right, 215-592-9494. Talk about VJ Edgecom and the debut. Are you excited about that and not letting the Embiid thing drag you down? And are you ready to give Daryl Morey credit for rebuilding the Sixers on the fly, which he was able to do in Houston, which I told you over and over and over again he was good at?